Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, Sophie solved the following equation by completing the square. X squared plus 8x equals negative 12. Which equation did she use to find the solution? Okay, so we do see something about finding a solution. Is that right? But then we see something else that maybe you're not that familiar with, which is completing the square. So completing the square is just one method that we can actually use to find the solution, okay? And basically what we do in completing the square is we are going to find a term that will make my left side of my equation a trinomial, because right now it has only two terms, the x squared plus 8x. Is that right? So I need to find a third term. And the way that I'm going to find that is by dividing the b over 2 and raising it to the second power. And I know what you're thinking. Miss, but who's b? Well, b is going to be, remember this will be, a will be 1 and b will be 8. Is that right? And negative 12 is my c if I was to rewrite this on standard form. Is that right? Remember? Okay, so this means that I will divide 8 divided by 2, and then I will raise it to the second power. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 to the second power is 16. Therefore, 16 is the number that I need to add to my left and my right side, of course, to make it a trinomial. Okay, so let's do that. So my new equation will be x squared plus 8x plus 16. And on the right side, remember, whatever you do on one side, you need to do it to the other side. It will be a plus 16. And I know what you're thinking. I don't see that as any of the answer choices. No, because we haven't completed the square correctly. Because basically now, if you notice about x squared plus 8x plus 16, I can actually rewrite that, right, as in a different way, right? So I can rewrite this one as x plus, and how do I know what number goes on the next term? Well, this b over 2 will be the number that goes right there, okay? And negative 12 plus a 16 is a positive 4, okay? So this will be x plus, well, b over 2, remember if I come back over here and I look at all of this, right? Basically, it gave me a, what? A 4, and then to the second power equals to 4. So now I can see where this is coming from, right? Now think about it. Basically what I'm doing is I'm writing my trinomial x squared plus 8x plus 16, okay, as in a different way, which is a binomial, right? And I know what you're thinking. It's only one of them is. Yes, but if you were to multiply x plus 4 and x plus 4, right? Guess what? You will get that trinomial that we have up there. Okay? So that's the reason why this one is only like one factor, because it repeats. Does that make sense? We have the same factor. I'm going to write it down here. So the whole idea of completing the square is so that you can actually rewrite your trinomial as a factors, but it will be the same factor. That's the reason why I can raise it to the second power. Is that right? And then from there, of course, you guys can go ahead and find the square root on both sides and, continue until you find that solution. Okay? But right now, I want you to pay attention to this step that is here and look at the answer choices that we have. And the one that matches that, it's my letter B. Very good. Does that make sense? So basically, I'm just trying to guide you on the steps on completing the square. So what's going to be very important for you guys is this right here. This is very, very important. Okay? How do I determine what number am I going to add? Well, I need to divide the b divided by 2 and raise it to the second power. And that number is the one that I ended up adding on both sides of my equation. Okay? Awesome.